Hello everyone, I hope you're well, smelling great, enjoying your favourite fragrances today. And we've got something for the mail, and this is what we're going to be opening. It is Reckless Leather by Amouage. Everyone, yep, we got this through the mail. It is a eBay buy. It's second hand from the second hand market off eBay. They said there's 90ml left. I think it is a test. I don't think there's any box. There wasn't any in the picture. And it cost me 65 English, and they accepted it with £5 postage. So this all in all cost about £70, 50p, something like that. Check the seller out. They seem legit. You never know with this stuff here. It's really well packed in there. That's what we've got. Just get the old leather in there. I'll cut this wrapping off. Right, yeah. So it is a tester, as you can see. The cap there. That's the bottle. I don't know if anyone can make that out, but it says made in Oman, G27135, and yeah, looks very similar to other Opus range I have. I believe this is the last one actually out of the new Opus bottle line. Yeah, not smelt this. I saved this one till last because up until recently, I was really so on the fence with leather fragrances, though I have actually got into a few recently. So I saw this at the price it was and thought, yeah, let's do it. There's a lid there. Yeah, testers, I think I've got another Amouage tester, and they have these type of lids on them. They're not the scabbard hilt ones. So nothing about this. Can smell a bit there, obviously. They said it's 90% full. It's hard to determine off that. I could get a torch on it. It's full. I can feel it. It's around there. There's a large amount in there, so for 70 quid. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get it on. Straight out the gate. Well, that isn't as leathery as I anticipated. Smells like gooseberry in a way. It smells like something really familiar. I have to say, I am really impressed with that. I'm actually quite shocked. I'm really smelling a similarity. I can't quite put my finger on it. It'll come to me, whether it be in this video or if I'm reminded looking at comments or later in the day. Okay, so that opening's quite fresh. It's almost like pea-like green. It's got a greenness to it, which surprised me. I thought this would be like a real leather, though. I had that with Wood Symphony. I was expecting wood and all I got was floral. Yet the other ones, the oud ones, there's nothing misleading about that. This hardly feels... Yeah, actually I can feel leather coming through now. I think the opening with that is very wet. It's saturating. It's like... This is quite something else actually. I wasn't expecting this. I'm surprised how fresh this is. It's the opening's fresh. The opening's fresh. That's not to say this fragrance is a fresh one. It's not, because I can feel in the background there's some quite heavy incense there, and that is gonna play. That is really gonna come into it. I've probably done a schoolboy error with this and put this is not for the weather we've got here, which is really hot. This is not a fragrance for hot weather. I can say that right now. That's a little beauty. I don't know about, I'm really trying to place any notes in this. Obviously it's leather, it's like a green accord, it's quite aromatic. I'm not even going to embarrass myself and try and decipher what the notes are in this. This is on Amouage site. Opus VII is a green, woody and leather evoking the juxtaposition of harmony with the intensity of recklessness. Okay, so that's what hit me with this, a greenness. I was really shocked. Just come out of the blue, just was not expecting that in the slightest. So I'm on Fragrantica now, and the main accords for this are fresh, spicy, amber, woody, warm, spicy, green, aromatic, leather, animalic, earthy and balsamic. And it doesn't get a good rating this. It gets a 3.29 out of 5 of 356 votes. So not one of the strongest. I can say now this to me is better than Wood Symphony. Not that Wood Symphony is a terrible fragrance, though I'd wear this more than a Wood Symphony. Okay, it was released in 2013. It's an Alberto, Morillas and Pierre Negrin. They've done a couple of fragrances together. We'll go into the top notes here. Galbanum, Fenugreek, Cardamom, pink pepper and nutmeg. Now there's something there which possibly might be where I've smelt a slight similarity in one of the Arabian breed line from PDM. It might be Nishan, and I think they use Galbanum and Fenugreek. Yeah, Galbanum, Fenugreek. I don't know if that might be what might be behind the greenness in this, or that feel of greenness. The middle notes here are leather, Agarwood, nice to hear, Ambergris, Patchouli and Ambroxan. This does feel like it's going to project. It does actually. It feels quite strong. That's why I say this is probably not the best fragrance for the weather we've got here, with it being so hot. The base notes are Cypriol oil or Nagarmotha, Olibanum, Sandalwood, Costus and Musk. So quite a collection there. It's very interesting for me. This is the sort of fragrance that we're really not going to find this on other people. It's going to be one of those. This by no means is a compliment puller, I'll say that now. However, it feels like a pleasurable wear. It feels like one of those to wear for yourself fragrances. What can I say? Amouage, our niche house. This is a niche fragrance. It is certainly not something if one was just experimenting with the house Amouage or niche in general. It probably wouldn't be wise to have this as a first buy or a blind buy unless you absolutely, if you smelt it and you absolutely loved it, then obviously, though it is one of these ones that, especially with the House of Amouage, there's certain aspects of their fragrances that one's had to get used to through several wears, start to enjoy it and appreciate it. I think this is one of those fragrances that is like that. It could easily be off-putting at first to anyone who's not experienced anything like this. I'm really enjoying this, and we're just in the opening. Long-lasting, it's saying here, to eternal. Sillage, moderate and strong. People who will smell this, 100% they will smell this. I can almost feel with this being just put on and half hour, an hour later walking into a room, people will smell this behind you, 100%. It's saying more male, I'm inclined to agree. It's saying way overpriced. Now, full retail, I imagine, let's have a quick look. So full retail is 320 English, yeah. This, I've got no doubt about the legitimacy of this. And this was 65, ended up paying £70, 30p, I think, for 90 mil. That's a bargain, man. That is an absolute bargain. And it completes the set for the Opus in this bottle range. So I might actually consider doing there's only 5 in there. I may do a quick 5 countdown for these according to one's own taste. Okay, we'll get into some comments, and the first one is, I cannot fathom wanting to smell like an Indian meal. Unfortunately, I cannot escape from my associations, and this one gets a big no-no. Does not smell like a perfume. Maybe that's what I like. I love Indian. Thinking about what he said there, can actually really smell the cardamom, and it has that pilau rice cardamom type smell. Whomever idea it was to make Amouage Opus VII Reckless Leather should go right to fucking jail. Worst fucking perfume I've ever smelled. It's not Amouage Opus VII Reckless Leather, as somebody already commented. It should be called Registre de Perfume Long. A more raw, denser and less fresh version of FM's French Leather. Not sure I like it at first, which is a good sign. Interesting, because this is the thing what sort of mentioned earlier. If you're new to the fragrance, this is probably going to be wasted. New to Amouage or new to niche fragrances. This, I can't see it being an easy accessible one. To be honest, Figment is more wearable than it smells exactly like curry, as if you are in a spice market. I had to wash my hands immediately after spraying. Not much love for this one at all. Opus VII Reckless Leather by Amouage is a bold and distinctive green, spicy, leathery, woody fragrance. It opens with an unmistakable blend of Galbanum and Fenugreek, setting the tone for an unconventional and daring scent. As it develops, the heart reveals a sophisticated mix of leather oud, sandalwood and frankincense, adding depth and richness. With great performance in terms of longevity and projection, this is a well-crafted fragrance for those who appreciate unique and challenging compositions. However, its boldness may not be for everyone. Absolutely, yeah, this is not for everyone. I like the difference in this, I really do. I love Amouage for that, because they don't really do anything that's anything like anything else in my mind. I mean, there may be the odd little similarity here and there, though usually they're out on a limb doing their own thing. I really dislike Fenugreek, so this is obviously not my kind of fragrance, but my question is, where is the leather? So that's interesting, because that was similar, as I mentioned earlier, with the Wood Symphony. Where were the woods in that? And that person's having where's the leather? I can get hints of leather off this. It's a real mild leather. Legitimately one of the worst fragrances I've ever smelled in my entire life. Completely repulsive in every sense of the word. First 20 minutes after spraying I was not impressed, but now it is 2 hours later and the dry down is great. Masculine leather, sandalwood in the background, love it. This is what I suspect with it. I think this is one of them ones that will really come into its own. I think at the beginning it's really very green. Sort of come to me a bit there. The opening and this sort of reminds me of Ascot. Is it Ascot Moon by Xerjoff? Because of the greenness there. In short, this should be removed from my Amouage collection. This perfume simply stinks. I'd be disappointed if my perfume didn't stink. The opening smells like guacamole, and after a while it smells like you're in a Middle Eastern man's house making guacamole. It smells very good and unique. Definitely unique. Regurgitating nightmare. If anyone is reading this review from Singapore, this smells like the Picard train ride from Charles to Geelong. This is beautiful stuff, not for everyone, strange, but what banked this perfume for me is the shock and repulse friends and others have when they smell it on me. I can live with it, but they can't. Winner. I mean, that's the thing with some fragrances, it's exactly like that. There's some fragrances that one can love them absolute selves and other people find repulsive. I've mentioned it many times with oud. I absolutely adore the smell of oud, and it's one of those things oud that can really be off-putting to many people. Punches hard from the get-go, spicy, dirty, hard, dry leather, plus robust, foresty green woods. Calms down in 15 minutes. Dries down to a more approachable, aromatic, smoky sandalwood, earthy, woody scent with a fuzzy ambergris Ambroxan to give it some lift. Give it a little time, let it be reckless in the beginning, then allow this charm to bloom. Yeah, it's settled down some. That initial opening, that is very, very foresty like. Smell it there. And that, I've had a few fragrances like that. The opening's not terribly great. I don't mind opening for this, but I can see other people not. And then, though, once it gets to the dry down, it can become a killer. And personally, a masterpiece. I really like the modern approach of Amouage. 10 out of 10. It's a strong leather and fruity scent. I like it so far. So we're getting into some comments now that people are quite liking it. It's just opened 7 in a new bottle, right? Possibly. I think they rebottled them, to be honest. And yeah, I'll end it on this because I'm not going to do a long one on this. Absolute brilliant perfume made by the world's best perfumer. So many layers. This is an elegant fragrance for an elegant gentleman or gentlewoman. Not for jeans and t-shirts, but for the special occasions. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Well, what I wear this, it would be good in a suit, to be honest. I think cold weather is more suitable for this. Yeah, I'd probably be tempted to wear this more in the cold weather or spring, autumn, possibly. I think spring for this because of the green, the greenness. It's like things were budding and the foliage starting to green and that. I think, yeah, it really suit that type of time of year. Yeah, so what can I say for this? It's very early to tell. I'm not disappointed. I'm actually quite pleased this isn't overpowering leather, to be fair. I'm quite pleased it is subtle. There's something alluring about it. I keep wanting to go back to it. It's really odd. I'm under no illusion where I can understand people don't appreciate this, and that's fine. We all have different tastes. There's nothing the matter with one's own taste and what you like. I think to make my mind up to this, because it is so hot, and this is really definitely the incorrect fragrance to wear in heat for me, that I'm probably going to have to try this again in cooler, calmer weather to get a full appreciation of this. I just feel that's where it's suited more. Maybe for hot weather, I don't know, but I just get that vibe off it. There's an uplift. There's an uplifting element to this as well with the greenness. It's invigorating. And I can smell that like musky, spicy, aromatic behind it. Well, that's Amouage Reckless Leather. Let me know if you've had an experience with this, and yeah, be honest in the comments. And yeah, it's great to hear what people's views are on these fragrances. Some people love fragrances, others dislike, and vice versa. So yeah, any experience you've had with this or any of the Opus line, or let me know what your favourite Opus line is, and or Amouage for that matter. Yeah, so thanks for spending some time here, and I wish you all the best, and please continue creating value in your lives and environment, and bye for now. Thank you.